There's a deeper issue than just client ghosting, because you said that the client came from UK and you were in touch with him for some time and he was coming with a luxury visa, and you asked him on a message but he didn't revert, but you did not pester him more. Okay, so in terms of making sure, so understand one thing: why do clients ghost us? Clients ghost us because they think that they don't understand us. They are not feeling understood. So if I have to influence someone, I must know more about them than other agents. If you want to control the client, you have to know more about the client than he knows more about himself. You can control people. We just starting up now. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, let me just start with something very real. Okay, my name is Aanant Bisht, and in 2018, when I came to Dubai, it was not because life was easy in Dubai. Okay, it was because I wanted a good life, and Dubai was a dream for me. And here's the truth: most people miss. A good life is not a comfortable life in the beginning. A good life is hard life first, actually, and then when you learn, where you struggle, where you build skills, and then life becomes easy, because you know what, you become better. Things don't become easy on their own, they become easy when you actually become skilled. And money naturally follows people who are skilled, experienced, specialists, who are more composed, and who know how to handle pressure. And Dubai at that time, sitting in India, I thought gave me that opportunity that if I just learn the lessons, if I just become skilled enough, I think I should be able to cut through. And that is why I came to Dubai. I moved to Dubai with all my family, with my wife and my 3-year-old son at that time. And I didn't have any background. There was no jobs. I bought my own visa and I landed here. Before Dubai, I was in Gurgaon in Delhi, Delhi NCR. I was having a comfortable and a predictable life. But I knew something very early. If I stayed comfortable, my story would stay small. In 2011, actually, I had lost everything. I was running an e-commerce venture, and the investors had backed out. So I was almost in over 1 million dirhams in debt. And my e-commerce company was collapsing. I had got married that year, and things were not bright. Actually, things were very tight. Emotionally, financially, I was almost hitting rock bottom. And at that phase taught me one thing that changed my life forever: that at the end of the life, at the end of whatever we do, we only have our stories to tell. It is not about how much wealth I've created or what I did in life. It's all about the stories that we have in our life. And I wanted to have a different story, a better story, something that I could call myself a hero in my own eyes. And I was willing to put in that effort, and I thought that age was right. So that is the reason I moved to Dubai, even though the market was dead, even though things were not moving at per pace. And that is when I asked hard questions, like, if not now, then when do I move here? And that question is what brought me to Dubai. I sold things, I burned the boats, I came here without guarantees. People told me, prepare, come back, go alone, find a job first, and all of those things, because the market is crowded. They were right. Dubai is not a soft market. Dubai is a pressure market, in fact. And pressure doesn't destroy you. Pressure reveals actually who you really are. Because if you are not strong enough, Dubai doesn't care, your story. Okay. I feel it is run like a company where if you're not good enough, you're going to be fired. Initially, clients backed out. I didn't know where to go. I went in taxis. Our deals collapsed. Nobody cheered. Nobody even cared. There were no applauding. And that's when I focused on my mindset, my beliefs. And I realized one thing, that, it's tough when you're climbing a mountain. But when you reach the top, you realize that there are more mountains to climb. And every time that is true. It is like the first deal you do, then you have to do more deals. The more deals, you have to set higher targets. When you set higher targets, then there is high pressure. So the real question becomes, how do we sustain ourselves? How do I sustain myself, or how do we sustain ourselves as realtors? It's not through motivation, it's not with luck. You sustain yourself with identity, with your skills, and with your emotional control. And that's what builds equity in business as a real estate professional. Your equity is the deals that you have done. Your equity is the relationship that you have with your clients and the confidence that you have in your life. So let me connect this to why we are here today. So we are here because we are doing a topic: how to stop client ghosting for the realtors of Dubai. It's not a follow-up problem. It is not a market problem. Uh, Client ghosting is an identity plus communication problem. When pressure increases, weak identity collapses and shallow conversations fail. Unclear position gets ignored, and we say that the clients are like this in Dubai and they will ghost you. Okay, but clients actually ghost those realtors who sound uncertain, who don't uncover real motives, who don't create emotional clarity, and who don't have the courage to have ask tough questions. So this is what we are going to learn today. We are going to be learning today in next 40 minutes why Dubai buyers behave the way they do. What are the four types of buyers you deal with in this market? Why clients ghost when you hit the real pain? Okay, uh, and how influence and certain techniques can stop ghosting, and what are the top realtors, how do they control the conversations under pressure. So this is what we are going to be learning today, because the difference between the realtor who struggles and the realtor who dominates is not just talent, it's who they become enduring the pressure longer than others. So let me leave you before we begin that you don't win because it's easy, you win because you were willing to stay when it was hard. And today is not about tricks, it's about becoming the kind of realtor who clients don't ghost. Okay, so before I start, I just want to just take a quick feedback in terms of understanding who all are here. And so if this is your first time, please type in one. If this is your second time, please type in two. This just helps me understand where we are with respect to. All right, we've got some messages. Okay. Okay, first time Nisa, welcome. Nawed, great, you're here. Okay, Alina, awesome. Thank you guys who are attending for the first time. Okay, so my name is Anant. Yes, Sabah, I'll answer all the questions in Q&A post the session. Okay, if there is something beyond that, you want to ask a question, I'm happy to answer that question. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you so much for Yasser. Okay, there's a third one. Great. Krunal. Okay, so guys, my name is Aanant Bisht. I've personally sold over 96 million worth of real estate when I came here, people who don't know me. And it was a 14-month journey. I was focused only on selling IMAR off plan. Primarily, I sold a couple of units here and there, but majorly it was all focused on selling IMAR. And then I stopped selling real estate post 2020. I'm a full-time coach now. I coach people for mindset, for being in the peak mental state. I coach people in the Indian cricket team. I coach several venture capitalists in the US. I coached several celebrities as well. Okay, so here my effort is to share the knowledge what I have learned as a realtor, just for a story to build it for you guys so that you can win more. My work is not to make losers into winners. My work is to help winners win more. Okay, so this is the objective of this training here. This is why I do these weekly webinars, and my effort here is to build this Realtor One community, which is over 1,500 realtors as of today, and it is growing every day. So this is what we'll be doing here. So the guys who are joining in for the first time, thank you so much for joining in, and I wish you leave with a lot of value from today's webinar. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, type in the chat if you are tired of being ghosted or you've experienced ghosting before. Okay, you want better conversations and you want clients to open up. If you're just here to listen and multitask, you might not end up getting all the right information here. So that's the reason why I ask you to just type in the chat so that I know. Okay, great. Thank you so much, guys. All right, tired. Yes, of course. Okay, I was ghosted. Four off plan, better conversation. Thank you, Biji, for sharing. Open up. Okay, awesome. All right. So, see, Dubai ghosting, Dubai real estate buyers today speak to around 7 to 12 agents. This is the reality. Rarely say no. And they avoid confrontation and choose silence instead. Ghosting increases as the ticket size increases. Okay, so what we want to learn here is, first we want to understand that why ghosting happens. Client don't ghost because of price or location or project. They ghost because they didn't feel understood. You stayed on the surface. You were not there, you were not right there when the clients were looking to buy something, and you were not answering deep questions, or you did not understand the criteria and value. They ghosted because you stayed on the surface logic. Emotional safety wasn't created because confusion creates distance. So they said, this realtor is not good enough, the vibrational match is not there, so I don't think so he's going to help me. There are more agents and I'll speak to them.
Cost.
And that's why generally ghosting happens. Okay, so before we understand, before fixing ghosting, we need to know who the buyer we are going to deal with. So primarily I have categorized these buyers into four dominant type of buyers. Each ghosts for a different reason. This is according to me, and I'm open for understanding more, but this what I had learned. And if you speak the same way to all four, ghosting is guaranteed. But if you speak differently to these buyers, the ghosting is reduced to a different level altogether. Okay, so I need to understand which part of the buyers am I dealing with. Okay, so I've segregated four type of buyers. First type is E type of buyers. These are the Emirati locals. Okay, what they look for: legacy, trust, depth. These are the buyers who are the prime four buyers who are buying properties in Dubai. Okay, uh, they have been there forever. They know more than realtors who have just stepped in 6 months back, 1 year back, 2 years back, even 6 years or 10 years back. Okay, they have been there forever. Okay, so what they look for: legacy, trust, depth, and long-term holding. And they need to know that, okay, this guy is going to be there with me even if the market turns bad. He's going to sustain the market ups and downs. And if that they feel that, they don't ghost you, and they need clearer conversation. The second type of the buyers are the business owners. They are the people generally who are regional, who do investments in Dubai and have multiple businesses, probably from Saudi, from Middle East, from India, from Pakistan, from Europe. They come, they have businesses, and they go. What they look for:
Sales का होगा.
ROI, speed, clear guidance, and certainty. Why they ghost? Because you give options instead of direction. You sound unsure. Okay, so these are the E type and the B type. And the next two types of buyers are, what I encountered was, one was the resident expats who are staying in Dubai and working in a company and now want to settle down in Dubai. They want to buy something. They're working with DIFC or multiple places in Dubai, and they want to now settle down. Okay, they are the ones who are the buyers, and they are basically what they are looking for. They are looking for lifestyle fit, family security, probably golden visa, or emotional reassurance. And why they ghost? You focus on price, not lifestyle. Okay, you rush the decision. And the fourth type of the buyer are the tourist buyers. These are offshore buyers, or I can put it as T type. What do they look for? Capital safety, exit clarity, simplicity. And they want the whole process to be explained to them very simply, like what is buying a property in Dubai versus buying it in France or in UK or in India. Okay, so you need to play a different part by understanding whom are you interacting with. Okay, if you overwhelm them, they will ghost you. Okay, you don't anchor them certainty, they will ghost you. Okay, if you give them these answers and you do your due diligence correctly, you will be able to avoid ghosting. Okay, does this four buyers add value to you guys? Do you understand that we deal with
ये
this kind of
होता.
buyers? You can put in the chat, guys. So these are the four type of buyers. Okay, so let's put in the chat. Okay, which buyer type ghosts you the most?
6 o'clock.
Business owners. Okay, okay, Neera. So now you will also be able to realize that what kind of buyers are we targeting. So probably if we are selling too low ticket size, okay, and whom are we targeting? Okay, who's ghosting me? Who's the buyer type? Now we can create the pitches, we can create the understanding about which kind of buyers needs which kind of pitch. And if we understand this correctly, we will be able to lower ghosting. Absolutely, we will be able to lower ghosting. Okay, so this is what we can understand. So this tells you where your communication breaks. Diagnosis will come before the solution. If you don't know why who's ghosting you, you don't know how to overcome that problem. Okay, so the core reason ghosting continues is because you don't reach the real reason. You don't peel the onion actually, when you're talking to clients. You accept surface answers. Do you have the money? Yeah, I have the money. You want to buy? Yes, I want to buy. Why do you want to buy? What are your criteria and values of buying? You don't ask. You stop too early. They say, oh, he wants to buy. The first answer is rarely the real answer. It's like, if I'm asking someone, how are you doing? Even if that person is not doing good, he most likely will say, I'm fine. Right? You guys will agree with this. So we need to go down. We need to peel the onion. We need to go down to the core level, and we need to ask questions with that perspective. So invisible influence is the skill of creating emotional safety, lowering your resistance, and making clients open up naturally. The smallest but the most powerful tool it is a technique which is the echo technique. Okay, this has been done in NLP, been taught in several classes. This has been taught in the boardrooms, in negotiations. This influence technique is taught everywhere if you want to do high level of influence, because this is something that is the most powerful way to get your clients to have rapport with you, build emotional bond, and make them move in a direction you want. Okay, so what is the echo technique? Okay, so echo is repeating the client's emotionally loaded words in the same tone, followed by silence or a gentle question. Okay, so this is very simply, this is echoing. Okay, so why it works? So let me phrase it for you. So what happens is, we are humans. When we do something in life, when we go out in life, we look for people who are just like us. So if my name is Anant and somebody else's name is Anant, and he's from the same place where I belong to, even if I have not met him, I would have a small affinity towards him. If I know someone who's going to be there, who's going to have similar, hobbies that I have, I would have a bond with him. There is a common topic to talk. Okay, this is what is the human mind. It looks for people who are familiar and want to have a bond with them. Okay, so what does echoing does? Echoing is a technique when you call out the similar, when you mirror the client in a similar manner, the client naturally likes you because his subconscious mind looks at you the way you are or the way he is. Okay, so for example, how does the echoing work? So I'm giving you exact example. So I'm not asking you to mirror their body language. This is all that you can add on to it, but this is the very basics you can start with. Okay, so if a client says, we are not fully convinced, is it not fully convinced? My wife needs to see this. Your wife needs to see this. Pause. They will themselves do the fillers if you echo it correctly. And how do we do echo? We ask them a question, wait for their answer, echo their answer back to them, ask a leading question, and move forward in the direction in which we want the deal to move. This is a way where you can really come up with their real reason of making this decision of buying a property, investing, selling, renting, moving to the space, the real timelines, and if they are actually looking to buy now versus buying 6 months later or a year later. Okay, so echoing is something which works all the time. And I we will do some live demos at the end of the masterclass. But here I just want to just bridge through this for people who have done the Invisible Influence program, which is a free program, which I've uploaded, and it is just going to be there for another 30 days more. After that, I'm taking it off. Who all have completed that program in the third or the fourth module, I teach this in detail, where how do you do echoing correctly? And this actually reduces your ghosting. Okay. Because when we do echoing correctly, we learn more about the buyer. And if we know more about them, we can influence them. Okay. So that is one part. Now, the second part is something which is called as softeners. These are subconscious words which are extremely powerful and must be used before you ask your clients any question. If you will use them, the resistance for them to answer will reduce dramatically. You can take a screenshot of this, write it. In fact, make these words regular in your day to day vocabulary. These words, some of these words are, if I may ask you, just so that I understand you better. Out of curiosity, are just curious. Okay. Help me understand this better. And these are softeners. They actually just reduces the way about how you ask a question and the way you're going to be answered. The defense mechanism from your client just goes down. Okay. So for example, I'm giving you an example here. Without a softener, what's your budget to a client? Versus if I may ask you, what's your budget? Which one do you find more pleasing? How many of you guys use these softeners after the Invisible Influence program? Or do you think this is going to help you if you use this? Using it, great. Awesome. If I may, of course. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. Okay, great. So you guys know this. Why haven't you decided? Versus, just so that I understand you better, like what's holding you better? Why haven't you decided? This should be your regular words in your vocabulary. Like, and don't just use it with your clients, use it everywhere, just so that it becomes a part of your DNA. Just so that I understand you better. So this is just great. Okay. This is how we turn the same question and get a different result by using phrases. And if you use this, you actually reduce you know, the defense mechanism. Okay. So client says, send me the details. What should be the best response here? Sure, sending now. Which details matter most to you? ROA, lifestyle, or exit? So you are doing echoing and you're giving options and you're leading a conversation. All right. All right. Thank you guys for answering. Okay. So the correct answer is C. Guidance will beat obedience all the time. Okay. So next question. Client says, I need time. What should be the best response? No problem. B, how much time? Oh, I need time. You need time. What should be the best response? All right. Thank you for answering C, all those guys who answered. Okay, I think today our meeting is full. We've got many people in the waiting list today. So thank you guys for joining in early. You got this thing. Many people are not able to join in today. Okay, great. Okay, so ghosting reduces when you improve A, scripts, B, follow up, 3, echo and identity, or D, portals. C and D. Okay. Okay. C. Okay. B and C, follow up. Okay. So thank you for sharing your answers here. Okay. So the correct answer is C. Skills without identity collapses under pressure. Okay. So if a 50 million buyer walked in today, do you internally feel you are the right agent? Be honest. It's fine. Great. Thank you for being honest. Realme X2. Okay. I don't know your name, probably just mentioned here. Okay. No, Jayashree, thank you for answering. Okay. Not yet. Guys who answered yes, Alina, great. As of now, okay. See, this is where the structure is. You don't have to think about, that, oh, million, why the deals are not happening. We are not ready ourselves. You don't feel that confidence in your own self that you can handle a client who's going to be investing 50 million now. Thank you, Mayor, for sharing this. Is because you don't know echoing correctly. This one single skill will change everything. And this skill is all about repeating the words back to your client. That is echoing. If the client says, "Hey, I want to buy a property," okay, just to understand you better, you want to buy a property? And is it a villa or an apartment? Versus, I want to buy, what do you want to buy? Property or this thing? So you understand how we are changing the conversation by adding softeners and echoing. Okay, great, Navid. Okay. So we need to structure this correctly. We need to, and your identity is first who you are. If you believe you can sell, you will sell. If you have these skills, you will be able to position yourself in a place where you will be able to sell them what you want them to buy. This is how exactly it is going to work out for you. So this is what we are going to be doing here. So if you're not sure that a 50 million buyer walks in today, that's the real work. You have to first upgrade your identity. You cannot close above your self image. It is not about the property you are selling. It's about, do you believe you can control and influence a client to buy? Okay. So this is what we need to do. Okay, I've rubbed through these two principles here of echoing and using softeners. I've created a whole full course. It's a free course, you can learn it. My team is just putting the link in the chat box. Finish the course. For all those people who have started, this course will be out of we will be putting this course out. Okay, so learn from it and understand how echoing and influence actually works for you. Okay, I'll be taking the questions next, but just before we move there, okay, I want to just bring upon one more thing, and I want to put it in front of you guys, that we are all selling here. We are all betting on ourselves as we are a realtor. Okay, when people say that I'm good on my own, I'm betting on myself, most of them are lying. Because if you really bet on yourself, you don't put your last 15, 20, 30, 50, or 100,000 dirhams into things that cannot multiply your skill. Let me be very direct. If you put that money into Nifty 50 or S&P or crypto or some safe instrument, you might make 6 to 12% if you're lucky. But if you put the same money into buying ability, into clarity, developing your skills, certainty, and execution, you don't get 12% return. You get 1,000% return. You get the ability to make money again and again and again. That's compounding at the identity level. The best investment you can make is in yourself. If you learn more, you earn more. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you're not convinced about your own clarity, about why you are in Dubai and what your goal means to you, how will you live a life of clarity? How will you have that story to tell that, you know what, it is 2026 and that was the best year of my life? In 2 years before, I never made that kind of money, but that year I decided and I went all in. I went all in and I put in the effort. I got in myself what I wanted to learn. Where I was lacking, I was willing to put in that effort, learn those things, working hard on myself, doing the boring stuff and making that decisions, and that changed everything. If you want that story, then you need to, take exceptional decisions, because if you want to be the exception, but you keep making average decisions, how will you ever be exceptional? Dubai doesn't reward intention. Dubai rewards identity under pressure, beliefs under pressure. Right now, you're competing with 60,000 agents. By 2026 end, it'll be 80,000 plus. And all of you want the same clients, the similar commissions, the same million dirham, dream. How will it all happen for all of you if you don't wake up every day prepared to fight for that identity, be in that peak state that, yes, today is my turf, I'm going to play. I've conditioned myself. Because this is not the time to rest. This is the time to go all in. because regret is always more expensive than courage. Think of it this way, like you want to reach a destination and some people are walking and some people are on motorbikes, and the guy keeps saying, the guy who keeps walking saying, no, this is my way, I'll figure it out, myself, I'll do it myself. And years later he looks around and says, why is everyone ahead of me? What you thought was smart was actually holding you back. Speed kills fear, clarity kills hesitation, and skill kills doubt. Okay, so this is my offer to you guys. I've created the Million Dirham Club with this perspective that MDC is not a course, it's not motivation. In MDC, I care for your goals. I challenge your identity. I discover the beliefs that are holding you back and I change it and I flip it for you. I create structures for you. I give you certainty, clarity, and focus about what is it that you need to do so that when you enter the market, you get noticed in the market. And I help you build that story. You'll tell people about your life. You're not guessing, you're not copying, you're walking with someone who has already walked this path. This is the last MDC, call out. We're just looking having two more slots available. We are closing the applications on 10th of February, and after that, we're not taking any new inmates. So if you believe you want to be part of this, then and you it resonates with you, then drop in a MDC, and my team will structure it for you. And if you qualify, no pressure, no convincing. If you qualify, we work together. If you don't qualify, that's perfectly fine. No one will ever invest in you more than you can invest in yourself. So investment is not just MDC, investment is also about building and learning on your own. So my work is to tell you guys that, guys, this is the time. Do everything whatever it takes. 2026 will not come back. This is your year. You can have a story to tell. Okay, I'm helping you in terms of giving you all that knowledge so that you can learn the skills about mindset, about being in peak state, about echoing, about having a strategy of becoming a specialist, cold calling, all those structures that we are doing, all those structures that we are learning. But you need to put yourself to learn and do the work. If you do the work, this is your turf. Okay, so these are the final two things I want to quickly check with you. Those guys who put in the MDC, my team will reach out to you. Okay, in the just type in the chat, okay, your biggest aha moment for today. And I now understand why clients ghost me, because if you can just fill these two things just so that I understand what did you get out of this webinar. Okay, echoing MDC. Okay, thank you, Keith. Different buyer type communication. Thank you, Meher, for sharing this. This actually makes a lot of sense. Echoing, Navid. Okay. Okay, Realme X2 Pro echoing. Okay, personally, one thing I preparation for the off-plan project was not good enough. Okay, how many of you guys have already attended my last webinars, and what did you get in the last webinar, which you were able to implement? Did you get any results in last 2-3 webinars that you have attended? Did you get better, call open rate, anything around that lines? If you could share. For biotech communication.
I actually got like 3 warm leads out of that, and my success rate was like 30%. But they were cold, and they
Okay.
were. I was able to revive them with 30% in the pipeline.
Awesome. Thank you, Meher, for sharing this. So, did you use the same, like the similar pitch? What was there? The similar
Yes,
script?
yes. For the first couple of minutes, yes. But once they started answering, it was a different dialogue because everybody had a different thing.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much for sharing this. Okay. Just one word before we take all the questions up. One word feedback. How would you rate this webinar? Just so that um, I understand, I get a pulse about what's happening in the, with 100 people here. Maxwell got like owners, property sell itself. Okay. So now working. Great. Okay. 5-star rating. Thank you. Okay. So, guys, I'm open for questions now. Eye opening. Thank you, Lubana, for sharing this. Okay. I, Kunal, all the links are there. I'll ask my team to share the links. 5 star. Thank you, Gurpreet. Okay. I'm open for questions. Yes. I think I heard someone raise their this thing that it was written Zoom link. So I don't know the name of the gentleman or the lady. So if you can go ahead and ask me questions one by one, I'm open for all questions. I'm just closing my screen here.
Hi, Anand. I have one question,
Please,
especially in
Ranjit.
regards to some of the buyers, or you can say the sellers, when we try to call them, and then specifically the Chinese ones, they try
Mm-hmm.
to hung up the moment they get to know that we are from agencies, and they hung up. However,
Mm-hmm.
in case if you have a teammate who is also a Chinese, they would they would be the ones to give us the referrals coming through it. So, how
Mm-hmm.
do I overcome this particular set of the personalities?
Okay. So there will be some people who will hang up on you, okay? And I would not know exactly how to, get to someone on a call who's a Chinese, and it's not my forte. But I can do calls and I can get people who speak English and I can speak with them. Okay. So these are the things that I would follow through. I would ask them to get into the market, and we've done a whole cold calling drill there. But once we do that, the way we don't do the things is we don't echo correctly. So what you are saying, Ripin, is that you have called up the people who are Chinese and they hung up on you, and you're not able to speak to them. However, if a Chinese agent calls up from your agency, they are giving referrals as well. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So what's happening is that you need to echo their words correctly back to them, okay, and then follow through there. It is the same thing because they will feel understood the moment you say their words back. One thing I can definitely tell you, which you should immediately change, is stop using the word referral. Don't ask for referrals. Don't use the word referral. Use the word introduction. Hi,
Okay.
can you introduce me to your, uh, you know, if you would know, can you make an introduction for me?
Mhm.
Someone who's looking to buy the same place or who's looking for opportunities in Dubai real estate. Okay. I don't want a referral because a referral means that they are obligated. That's been used so much for so long now. It just mentally turns them off to give you anything. Does it make sense for you? Try this and you'll see what I'm talking about. How does it sound like refer me a client? Oh, why don't you introduce me to someone who would be interested?
Sounds
Does it
good.
make
And
sense? Yeah. Okay. So this is something that you can do. Yes, yes, Meher.
and that's a very cultural thing. Chinese do not work with anybody else but Chinese people or people who speak Mandarin. So it is very evident. It's a cultural fact that you have stated, Ripon. No matter how much you're going to give them value, they will not come to a person who will not understand their culture or who will not speak their language.
All right, thank you. So Meher has been, she's moved from Canada. She's come to Dubai and she stayed in Shanghai and she speaks almost like I don't know how many languages. So yeah, Chinese are a little different, but of course, if you're there, the whole market is open for other buyers as well. Okay, so I wouldn't go around Chinese if I don't know how to handle them. All right.
Hi, Anand. I have a
Yeah. Hi.
question.
Yeah, Nira, please.
Okay, so before I ask you the question, I understood the part if client is ghosting me or he didn't buy with me anything or he just left, right? There is
Mm-hmm.
something missing from my side. That's what I've understood from long time back when I've had a session before. So I understood it more. But I want to know, I couldn't find where was my mistake because I've been following with him from last 3 weeks. He's been asking something which is very difficult to find. I did that enough plan, and then he took all the information. And Saturday we did a Zoom meeting with the RM in the developer office, and he said that he had some one issue only with the parking. So he said I need two parking. So I said it's okay. I'm gonna go to developer office. He said I'm gonna show you all the details. I'll send you the booking amount. And when I was on the way to developer office, in this meantime, when I've reached, he ghosted me. And in night around 8 o'clock, I got to know that he booked the same unit with another agent, and he never asked me for discount or anything. I don't know why he did do that. So I wanted to understand what happened there.
What's your good name here?
Neeraj.
Neeraj. Okay. So, Neeraj, what you are saying is that, just so that I understand what you are saying, is that you were recently with a buyer whom you were following for 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
you gave him all the details, everything, and then he wanted to park his money. You had a call on a Zoom meeting with the RM, and then you went to the sales center to book him a unit, but then he ghosted you, and you didn't hear from you.
A
Sorry, you
little
didn't
bit
hear.
more clarification here. When
Yeah.
we ended up with the Zoom meet, he said, "Okay, what I need is you to work out on the second parking. So what you do is I'm gonna share you my details. Booking amount, we were clear about it, and he's about to put it. Okay, he said just reach there and try to fix the parking stuff. Meanwhile, I'll send you the documentation and we'll put the booking amount, right?
Okay.
And it's just not far. I'm on Sheikh Zayed Road, and the developer office in sorry, Business Bay. And he was
Mhm.
talking to me. All of a sudden, he ghosted me. And in night, I got a call from RM. He said the book the unit is booked. And next day, I mean, in night, I've just told the RM, could you please find out if the same client? I've told him the name. And in morning, he found out that he came up with the other agent and he booked it.
Mhm. So Neeraj, what is happening is, a, there are two three things which can be in this thing. I don't know the client, okay, but there are a couple of things that I would definitely run with a client in terms of understanding why is he making the payment, what is he doing, how long has been in the market looking for property, um, what is the real reason, what is his real criteria and value for making that decision. Okay, is he making this decision on the basis of just parking the money? Because the criteria and values are very specific to the person. That is where you build the real rapport with that person. Okay, and if you've just started speaking to him 1 week back, I would always qualify him. I said, just so that I understand you better, Neeraj, are you talking to some other agents and you're looking for the same units? Just so I understand you better.
See, I knew that he's been talking to other agents. I know I also we had a long conversation all the time, even in night as well, because he's a UK resident, but he was on a vacation in India, so he had a lot of time to talk to me. Now, what happened exactly? He told me that he's going to be in Dubai in March, and he's coming for his golden visa, so he already knows the market and everything, right?
Okay.
But I don't know why did he go behind of and then he booked it.
Did you ask him, will you book for me?
I did ask him, never replied. And he never
You didn't ask.
blocked me either. No. I did
Okay.
ask him on over text message. I didn't call him, sorry.
Okay. Okay.
But he never replied and he never blocked me also. And he's keep on checking my WhatsApp status as well. So I was like, I don't know why did you
Okay. Okay. So Neeraj, this is a little deeper issue than just client ghosting you, because you've said that the client came from UK and you were in touch with him for some time, and he was coming here for his golden visa, and then you asked him on a message, but he did revert, but you did not pester him more. Okay. So in terms of making sure, so understand one thing: why do clients ghost us? Clients ghost us because they think that they don't understand us, or they are not feeling understood. So if I have to influence someone, I must know more about them than other agents.
But you
A,
know why it's why
just a second, hear me out. If you
sorry.
want to control the client, you have to know more about the client than he knows more about himself. You can control people.
Okay.
Okay. And if you cannot do that, so haven't you seen some agents who say, we are buying this, and the client says, yes, we are buying this?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
What is happening? They are being controlled by the agents.
Uh,
Okay. Controlling is not wrong if you do it ethically, but you need to have that belief and the courage
I have one
that,
like that. I have a
yeah,
Lebanese investor. I have one like that.
you have one like that, right? So you have understood something. Probably you have not put in perspective why that person listens to you, but you know more about that person, or you know certain more things about him which resonates, and he finds value in that, and that's why he always listens to you.
Mhm.
You have to position yourself, mental frame it,
Can I tell
that the
you? I
clients.
want. I'm sorry, but I want to be honest here. Can I tell you
Yes.
why Why did he ghost me? Because he got discount from an agent, kickback, and that's what exactly happened.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's okay. So that's fine. That's fine. If they ghosted you for a kickback, you
Yeah.
can always reach out to them again and say, so I was expecting more of you. If you wanted kickback, you would have told me.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I told him. I mean, if he,
what would have the other agent done? Just understand what would the other agent done. Other agent would have called up and said, what happened? He says, I'm buying this unit. So you're buying this unit, I'm going to give you 50,000 more on this. Okay. My only thing is I'm going to give you this money. You will not talk to anybody. You will not do anything. You will, this 50,000 dirhams is yours.
absolutely, yeah.
This is what that person would have done.
Mm.
How do you think when you know it is there in the market, how do you already guard yourself? It is like, why do people buy insurance? They
Yeah.
are never going to bang the car, but why do they buy insurance? Your words, your pre-framing, your influence, your echoing is the insurance. You need to guard yourself before it happens.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Now I know
Yeah.
what that
I
means.
so just make a checklist before you go in so that it doesn't happen again. Don't wait till the last moment.
It happens twice in this week.
Yeah. So now you can also go deeper in terms of understanding what are the beliefs that are blocking you. Okay, like deals are hard to happen. It's not easy to do easy deals. Okay, so if those beliefs are not there, and they're still getting hosted, then and you're getting those. So there are two ways how do we do a lead generation where the leads are coming from. So there are three ways how we address a situation here. First is we're talking about awareness. So is the buyer aware, the problem aware? What is the problem that the buyer has? They want to park their money in Dubai. They don't know which project is the best project, which will give the highest ROI in this budget. So we are doing a problem awareness.
Yes.
Most buyers are problem aware. The
Mm.
moment you do talk about their problem awareness, they start understanding, oh, this is the problem. Yeah, this person understands what he's talking.
Yeah.
Then we give them a solution, a bucket of solutions. So if you have 2 million, these are the 3, 4 options. There's an off plan, the secondary, blah, blah, blah. So we are making them a solution awareness. The moment they become solution aware, they know now whether they will take a decision or not. So they get the clarity for this. Okay.
Mhm.
If you are only going to get a buyer who's going to get solution aware from somewhere and you're finding him at the last minute
Yeah.
before that decision has to happen, then you need to do a lot of work so that you close him with you. Otherwise, he will get closed with the guy who's going to offer the most commission back.
Okay.
So, so that is the bigger problem. So if you don't go into detail, you will not be able to understand why they're ghosting you. Influence is part to do this of
Yeah.
making them problem aware, solution aware, and taking a decision. But if you're just giving the solution awareness without getting them with the problem awareness, then you understand that they're already talking to some agents, and you must give them already some carrot. Even in this thing that I'm going to do something special once we close, I'm going to do something special. You can use open-ended words
Yeah.
rather than say I'll give you a 2% cashback or a 3% cashback. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you'll lose your next deal as well.
But I don't want to give them cash back. No, this is
It's not a
our,
matter of cashback. It's a matter of how do you structure yourself out. So then
yeah.
you ask them hard questions. So, Mr. Prospect, just so that I understand you better, I'm
Mm.
going to be putting all that effort. I'm going to get the right unit for you.
Yeah.
If you have any agent right now, you can let me know so that I can help you,
Got it. Got
you
it.
know,
Yes.
direct you directly and probably not put so much of effort. And I'm happy if you even close with him. But if you want to know what the real investors are comparing, which units are going to get the maximum ROI, because not all units are going to be same, even if the project is same. If you are
Mm.
looking for that kind of insight and that market awareness, then I will take my full commission. But if you have any other plans, do let me know because I don't want to waste your time, nor I want to waste mine. I have a couple of units, but these
I,
units are
I
very
can
available.
be I can be that blunt with the client straight away.
You can. Why not? The moment you show your certainty,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
moment you show your certainty, that's again softness, the way you use it after understanding the criteria and value,
Uh-huh.
building a rapport.
Yeah.
Like, how much money do you earn? If I ask people, they say, why do you care, man? Who are you? Why should I tell you? But if
Sure.
I speak to the person for 5 minutes, ask them all the right questions, do a echoing with them, and then ask them, if I may ask you, like, how much do you earn?
Mm.
What would they say? Yeah, Anant, I earn in a approximation of this much. Okay, I understand this better. See, this is not the right property. I'm not the right broker. You understand
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
very much clear now. Yeah. Thank you so very much.
Save
Yeah.
your time. Yeah. All right. Most
I
welcome,
have a
Dev.
question.
Yeah. Yes, Ikjot.
Okay, what is the
Sorry,
target
you're
of
on mute.
cold calling?
Hi Anand, how are
Target of
you?
cold calling is
Sorry, Ikjot. I'll just take your question. I'm just taking this question of this gentleman. I don't know your name. Please,
Okay,
please speak
no
your name,
problem,
please.
no problem.
Yes, please.
what is the target of cold call is to get requests from my client and making on this and playing on this request or offering them a new launch, for example, in the market. Some companies told me you have to go into the offer, and some companies told me to get requests from my client. So, what is the better way?
So, can I know your name, please?
Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Yes,
Okay, Mohammed, just so that I understand you better, you are selling off, you're calling for off plan or you're calling for secondary?
off plan.
Off plan. And the list that you're calling on, is it the old list, excuse me, the old leads that you were generated before by the company and
Some
company has given you the list?
some of them old lead and some of them fresh leads, but missed with some agents, and some of them hot leads.
Okay. See, make the intent very clear. Why are you calling them? Okay. So if you're calling them for a specific launch, you will have to filter it very quickly because you should. So in the last, were you able to attend the last webinar?
No, this is first time for me.
Okay. So I have done a whole webinar about the off-plan launch checklist. My team will just put in a link here of the YouTube link. You can go through, attend that webinar, learn from it, and in the next webinar you can ask me any questions because I have already answered these questions. Like you should do these drills, get your expectation right. What are you going to do, and then get on to the doing the calls. Otherwise, you're going to miss.
Okay, can you make them share the link again?
Yeah. I'll ask. Dave, can you just share a link here for the webinar on the YouTube link? Yeah, great. Thank you, Dev. All right. Yes, Mohammed. Yes, Ikjot. Mohammed, thank you for your question. If you have anything else, you can come back to in the next webinar. I'll help you answer that question.
Yeah, hi Anand.
Yes. Yeah, hi, Ikjot.
Anand, it's not exactly off-plan or Dubai actually. It started from Dubai. So as I'm doing second home market in India as well, so it went on to Himachal, then to Uttarakhand. Now he has liked that land, but
Okay.
I don't know what's. I'm not able to crack this one guy. He's
Okay.
interested. He has
Okay.
the money and intent to buy. He shows
Okay.
interest. He never picks up my call. I have to go to his showroom to meet him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's the sweetest guy when he meets you. The moment you leave his showroom, he is not going to pick up your call.
Did you tell him that
So
why didn't you pick up
it's
my
not
call?
exactly ghosting. I don't know what is it.
No, but did you ask
There's
him?
no name for it. And
Did
I'm
you
going
ask
to meet
him?
him today as well.
Okay.
I'll
Did
be
you ask
going
him?
to his showroom right now.
Yeah.
So because it's the land is actually very good, and I know he's interested, but I don't know why he's not picking up the phone. He never picks up.
Okay.
Whatever
Okay.
communication, even small communication that has to be there, I have to go to his showroom and communicate. And he's always there. He's busy, I understand, but
Okay.
I don't know. Never on phone.
Okay, Joe, thank you for sharing this. First of all, there are two ways. A, what you are saying is that you have been selling Dubai, but this client came up and you pitched him Himachal, then you Uttarakhand. He
No,
likes
no, no.
one.
He started with Dubai, but said my family is not agreeing for Dubai. But for India, it's a different story. So I was working with Himachal as a second home market. It's booming here right now. So, but he didn't like Himachal options, but he got kind of interested and stuck with the Dehradun option. So,
There is
but
an option.
everything is going good
Okay.
when we are face to face. He's, it's like that he might, sign the check right now.
Okay.
But the moment I come out of his showroom, he's not picking my
So
call.
see, I'll just
Is he trying to stall? Is he trying to just being
I'll
nice
just
and not saying
yeah.
something on my face?
Yeah. So I would actually not take this question too much because just what happens is in Dubai now the decision making is very fast. The client not deciding is also deciding. In India, also have sold properties. The market is more about please me, 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 please me. And people get into the habit of pleasing and buying, pleasing and buying, pleasing and buying. Okay. So mindsets are very different. Your certainty will work very differently in India versus working in Dubai. Okay. I'm only addressing these training webinars for Dubai
I
because the
completely understand.
market works very fast. Okay. I have sold
See,
people in Tank Road here and I've sold people there and I know भैया भैया करते रहते हैं and बस वो होती रहती है कहानियां कोई वैल्यू नहीं है उसकी यार it's just waste of time.
thank you so much. Yeah, I
Yeah. So
understand that. Well, but let me tell you, I've been very diligently following up with him. But
okay.
this thing, for
Call him
sales,
out.
everybody says keep on following up, keep on following. 10th try, 11th try, 15th try, doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
I don't know when to stop.
Don't stop because you're hooked yourself mentally that he will buy. That's why you are following up. You should take a decision that land is getting sold or you never answer my calls. Ask him a couple of questions. Yeah, what would it take? आप नहीं उठाने वाले हो मेरा phone वापस. Just tell him in his own ways, in his own words. I know you're an amazing guy, but you know what? How would it feel like to you if I don't answer your call? Like, come on, yeah, you can drop me a message. If you
Nidhi,
don't want it, it's
you were
okay.
talking about the same thing in last to last question. But again, my question is, I'm just trying to decide how blunt can I be with him?
Yeah, fair enough. Okay,
How
okay.
straightforward can I be?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. Okay. So I'll just take any other questions, guys. Last question I'm taking up. I want to just bring on Adnan here. Just want to have a quick chat with him, which might be valuable for all of you. But yes,
Hello.
Mr. Udinur, please tell me.
Good evening, sir. I'm just first time I'm attending your session.
Okay.
Sir, I am a completely newcomer. How can I develop myself in the career of real estate
In
in
Dubai.
Dubai? That's what I.
So see, you need to be a realtor and then I can help you probably build up the skills. But if you are just starting up and want to know how can you become a realtor, then I'm not the right person. Okay. You need to find agency where you can work with. And when you face challenges, there are a couple of things you can learn, like cold calling, invisible influence. Those programs are there. I've already shared some things. You can attend these training webinars. Here, experienced realtors, people from all walks of life are sharing their experiences, people who are realtors. And I'm just sharing my experience as a realtor, what you can do. Go down to all the webinars before, attend those webinars. You'll get a lot of value, how you can become a specialist, focus all your energy there, and then go all in. Okay. That's
Okay,
all I
sir.
can.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right. Krunal, Adnan, I'll just take Krunal, then I'll just bring you over. I have a couple of questions I just want an answer for, which will help everybody. Yes, Krunal.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Yeah, very well.
Sir, this is the first time I'm attending your webinar. I have a quick
Okay.
question. I am about to meet my buyer. Okay, about to meet.
Mhm.
I'm attending your webinar. I'm about to meet my buyer. He's buying two-bedroom apartment right now. Like I'm arranging a viewing. Okay, but my question
Okay.
is mortgage is going to expire in like this 15 days. Okay,
Okay.
he wants to give the 10% booking amount. It's a secondary secondary. Okay, so he just want to confirm like the tenant is not giving the permission. So he's lacking that he is not ready to give the 10%, but he's confirming that I'm gonna buy this one only. But
Mhm.
what should I convince him to get the security amount, like the 10% check, like what should I say is like the peach something differently.
Okay. See, this is like jumping off the plane and you're asking me get me a parachute on the way. Okay. We need to know the buyer. What is he doing? Where is he from? What is the criteria and value? You do all those skills. If he really wants to buy, he will find a way to buy. In real estate, you cannot sell someone who doesn't have money. Understand something. No matter how
Okay.
much motivation you can give them. Okay. So don't understand if he doesn't have money, if he's going to be a waste of time, move fast, find another guy who has the money. There are a lot of people. Don't
Okay.
put your hopes there, is my suggestion for you. If he doesn't have the money, if he cannot arrange it, what can you do? You move to the next deal. Once he has the money, he'll come back to you.
Got it.
Okay, don't waste time, man.
Understood.
That's my suggestion for you. Okay, all right.
Noted.
Adnan, can I just have you and take one or two questions with you as well?
Sure.
Okay, so I've been working with you, Adnan, for it's been almost like 2 years now, and you already done like 600 million plus in sales in last 2 years. What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for realtors in 2026, especially who are starting new?
I think the biggest challenge will be that since the existing realtors, at least they have like, their own set of clients with whom they have built the comfort factor over the years, breaking into those investors who are pretty much the repeat buyers. Because in Dubai, the buyers are continuously buying and flipping. So there is the whole host of realtors who at some point have already touched all these regular investors. And now this whole incoming flood of agents is also trying to, as newcomers, touch upon these same people. So
Okay.
creating the identity to push those past people out and make your mark on these investors, I think is going to be quite a challenge.
Okay, so I understand this, that the top realtors, they have already got these buyers, they've already got these billionaires and these multimillionaires who are buying on Palm, because you're dealing in this high end market. Okay,
Yes,
and I'm sure you've rubbed shoulders with buyers or sellers who've dealt with multiple agents. Okay,
correct.
and they also have an expectation of a cashback. Okay,
Absolutely. Yes.
yeah. So how would you address a cashback situation to someone who's just new and who has that lot of perspective that, oh yeah, it's a 4%. I don't want to give like 2% out of my 4%. Or, how would you address it today?
The thing is that, when you're starting out, you feel that, that 4% should come to me because you have prospected a lot of people and then managed to reach that closure point. But if you will operate with a slightly, more calmer perspective and think that this is kind of the norm, which is happening with everybody, whether you're an experienced realtor or a new realtor, you will realize that to get into the flow, you may need to, get into the system. Because for all you know, like earlier, developers used to offer DLD discount, but
Correct.
they were offering lower commission.
Hmm.
Probably now they are offering higher commission and they've stopped the DLD discount to the buyer, thinking that do whatever you want with your agents.
Hmm. Correct. Okay. So what we are saying is that it is safe for the realtors today to just understand where they are right now and decide according to client versus client, or make it a
Client
self
versus
norm that.
No, client versus client. Absolutely client versus, because there are some clients who are purely in a thought mode that I don't want to take anything out of my agent. He should be making money because he's giving me a valuable product on which I'm going to make a lot more money because of his advice. And
Hmm.
although they even know exactly how much we are making, they don't want any share out of that.
So is it safe for me to ask you this, that the way you position yourself, the identity that you have,
Yes.
the value that you showcase, that
Yeah,
separates you out of the others?
absolutely. Like in some of the hot launches, what is your ability to get the desired unit for the buyer, then it makes the cashback and those kind of things secondary or maybe even irrelevant.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you for sharing this. Because this question which comes up, and there are many who will listen after this webinar as well as a recording. Like, what should we do? What should we do? Like in terms of, so what I have realized, and I just wanted to just share it, and let me know if this resonates with you. People who are first time buyers, especially in the category between 1 to 2 million, if you position your identity very strongly and you showcase yourself as a specialist, they might not even ask a cashback, because they are very afraid, that they want that, oh, I want to work with someone who's has a certainty in the market and who will be there to take care of me. Okay, and these are generally tourists who will say, okay, fine, yeah, just take whatever you want to take. Okay, get me a nice unit. I can call you, you are here, you'll take care of my stuff, blah 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 blah. Okay, but if
True.
I'm dealing with a local, or if I'm dealing with someone who's a business owner and has bought multiple units, then it is better for me to make him as a collaborator, where he says, okay, what, we're going to collaborate together, we're going to work together, and even if you give me some introduction, we can work as an introduction story where we know both of us can work. What do you think?
And in many of such cases where they the collaborator guys, when we sold their
Mhm.
unit at big profits, we told them, see, look, at that time how I had given you. Now when I'm selling your unit and you're booking such a big profit, I would really
Hmm.
expect that you pay me also. So they're happy at that time.
Correct. So I think this is something that we need to all make ourselves understood, that mentally what is the right commission for me. The idea is not about, in one deal I just have to do one deal and make 4% or 5%. The idea is about me doing deals regularly, where the leads are sorted, where the system is sorted, so that we are doing more and more deals, and we are not worried about this one deal which will slip through. So what will happen to my life? you know so that is also how I would look at it. Okay, and thank you so much for sharing. And anything else, Adnan, that you have in mind that you think is going to make realtors win in 2026?
No, of course. In fact, attending your recent webinars again reinforced what we have been, doing over the last 2 years, where I became much more conscious of content creation, and it has really helped me because people are viewing that content and asking me back questions to get into a side of sort of conversation with regards to that content, which is so like heartening that people are paying attention and they want to discuss further on that content.
Awesome. So one more thing I want to share with all of you guys. Don't think your WhatsApp to be only someone where you have to send messages. There is an option called as story update. Please update your stories on your WhatsApp status as well, and update those stories which resonate with you. They don't need to be perfect, they just need to be there. Okay, so apart from whatever you're doing on Insta and LinkedIn, you will exactly know what they are doing, and if they give you a reply there, then it's easier for you to contact immediately, like, hi, oh, so this is something that I would definitely like all of you guys to add up. Okay, it is, even if you are just giving them, letting them have your attention, they know that you are active in the marketplace. All right. So, Adnan, if you're not doing that, just start doing that as well.
Yeah, actually, what I'm doing, whatever is my Insta story, I do share it to the WhatsApp status, and do send to all contacts, and I'm getting some traction because people are viewing something which resonates with them, and WhatsApp is much more of a visibility because people are
Correct.
continuously on that for everything, work as well as personal.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Adnan, for sharing your time. And
Thank you, Anant.
all right. And for guys who want to work on the Palm Jumeirah, who want to get into that high ticket size where you want to sell 50 million, 100 million, 30 million villas, you can reach out to Adnan. You can Google his profile, and he has exclusive units on the Palm. They are one of the people who are specialists in Palm Jumeirah. So you can get a lot of insight if you want to, level up your game and want to work with a seasoned in realtor. Then you can reach out to Adnan. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Adnan, for
Thank you
sharing.
so much, Anant. Thank you for the.
All the very, very best.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Kavita, you need a you need a license to position yourself. If you are a resident of Dubai, you need a license to start putting stories on Instagram. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Wish you all the very, very best, and have a good week. And I'll see you next week. Take care of yourself. Yeah, I'll share my LinkedIn profile here. Just one second. Hold on. My name is Aanant Bisht, and my profile is Aanant Bisht. So, just one second. I'll just share my profile here. Okay, I'm just putting it in my chat. You guys can add me in this profile. All right. Thank you so much for joining in, and have a good day. Bye-bye.